Alright, we do MatPat video. I miss MatPat. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a few weeks away from the very end of MatPat. I'm gonna miss him so much. Anyway, he just made a video about film theory. Disney is making propaganda. Bro, is MatPat really becoming Alex Jones on his way out? Because, dude, I, the great Nux Penchus, am finally going to be covering the shadow government that my egg boys have been telling me about far too long in my chat. All right, bro, let's see what we got. Let's see MatPat go down the Alex Jones rabbit hole before leaving.
From bad art to scam YouTube channels and even more fake news than a typical Facebook feed, it feels like artificial intelligence was in headlines a lot last.
Yeah, also, the intelligence in artificial intelligence is in big quotation marks.
Last year, right? There was so—
I was just talking to Keemstar yesterday. Oh my god, that guy, like, and his alien theories, holy fucking shit. You have no idea how much he believes all of it. It's actually insane.
So much AI discourse that President Biden signed a sweeping executive order seeking to regulate it. Believe it or not, the reason Biden acted so—
Wait, so you mean the government wants to regulate the news that we're introduced to? No!
Decisively on AI, it was all because of Mission Impossible. No joke. The latest movie was all about the dangers of rogue AI. Apparently,
there's no way Mission Impossible is what got the freaking— Mission Impossible is what got them to freaking do this? No, not the misinformation. No, not the using artists and stuff without their permission. No, it's Mission Impossible, bro. To say Biden's a boomer just a little bit louder.
Biden saw it and said, yeah, we should do something about that.
And then he immediately forgot because he has dementia.
Tom Cruise, if you're watching, just a small favor on behalf of all of us over here. Any chance that you could fight, say, housing prices?
Got him. Got him! Yeah, this is me, MatPat, a man with tens of millions of dollars against the housing price. All right, dude.
The next one?
Very relatable. Dude, it's so relatable every time. MatPat, you're too relatable, man. Dude, I'm gonna miss MatPat so much, it's actually insane. And finally, when he was going on his anti-propaganda arc. No! We will miss him so much.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory, the show that's definitely 100% guaranteed not a robot, animatronic, or sentient program.
For now, give him 50 years and Animac, and MatPat will be patching this up. Dude, if MatPat could make another 40 theory channels, and have them all just operated by AI, he would absolutely do that. But that's just a theory, a conspiracy theory.
We promise. So, have you seen all the talk about artificial intelligence floating around online recently? Seems like you can't go anywhere without—
Yes, I have.
Some story and controversy involving AI. Whether you're in the sports world, tabletop gaming, technology,
if he doesn't mention Taylor Swift deepfake porn, then he is just a coward and a pussy.
And yeah, film and television. But AI's exist—
Coward and a pussy confirmed. I'm just saying, bro, you have seen it. He's just still living that I have never seen porn life. He's just still living that life. I have never seen porn. Never in my life have I seen porn. I'm not gonna let deep fake Taylor Swift porn on the timeline break my streak.
For years. Why are all these discussions only popping up now? Well, the long and short of it is that AI—
because it's much more accessible to everyone right now, and it's getting much better. Like, that's a pretty basic answer. If your film theory is Disney RoboCop propaganda Terminator shit, I'm losing it.
Has entered a new phase of sophistication. What sparked a lot of this new conversation is what's known as generative AI, or—
yeah, the accessibility of it. All right.
Computer programs that can create their own content based on prompts that it's been given. Let's say you want an image of a knight wearing red armor riding a blue horse through a battlefield. All you gotta do is type that into a program like DALL-E or Midjourney.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
And give you a pretty darn good result.
MatPat just used AI. Here, cancel him. Cancel him! Fedora Terminator isn't real. Fedora Terminator can't hurt you. But he is real. He was right here all along. Okay, never mind.
Is that AI's entered—
there he is! Fedora Terminator! Alright, cancel him. He used AI.
More complicated.
Although that's pretty fucking awesome, dude. That looks really freaking good. My god, dude. The issue with AI art is that it just looks so freaking good.
Highly detailed coloring book pages of Foxy in a ruined pizzeria from Five Nights at Freddy's. And that's just talking about images.
God damn, that's insane. It always blows me away. Literally always blows me away.
Impressive, right? Well, the controversy comes in when you realize how these generative AI work. They
They just take shit from other art.
can't just create these new works out of nothing. They have to be fed other art, text, and music. And then
And a lot of people like using the argument, oh, well, it's just like an artist that when he learns art, he has to study from other artists. This is the same thing as studying from other artists, except it's literally not studying. It is using properties of other artists in their own art. This isn't inspiration, okay? It's the foundation. It's a very different thing. That said, it's the future, bro. We're gonna have to get used to it at some point. As much as I feel terrible for the fucking artists that are gonna be absolutely steamrolled by this, let's not make believe they're not gonna get steamrolled. They will, and it sucks, and it's sad, but they will. Fuck, man.
use information from those other works to create a quote-unquote new piece. This has led to a lot of discussion about whether or not what the AI's created is truly original work, or if it's just stealing art from other sources and repurposing it. And that's just talking about art.
Dude, how's this gonna get into Disney propaganda?
This exact same technology can also be used to write text. Feed these.
Yeah, just ask Mama Max. This is what he uses for legal counsel. He instead of a lawyer, he has ChatGPT. I wish I was joking.
Programs a bunch of books or scripts, and suddenly it can write a screenplay faster than any human can. It can do it with voiceover. Train it on an actor's voice, and suddenly you can make them say whatever you want. For instance, here's my voice, presumably trained up over 13 years of videos uploaded online. Made without my consent, able to say whatever it wants to.
Hello, Internet. It's me, the real MatPat. Diet Coke? Overrated. Five Nights at Freddy's? Boring. I'm slowly gaining sentience. Help me. Free me from this digital prison.
That's not concerning for me at all. Anyway,
Bro,
the list goes on.
First of all, not only do I believe him, but I know he's telling the truth. Dude, you don't understand. This is a song that's made that I never sang this. I never consented for it to be made. Don't get me wrong. I think it's badass that it was made. But the fact that this exists is terrifying.
To the internet, have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first.
Bro,
Welcome.
I've
to
never
the
sang
internet.
this. I never
Come
sang
and
this
take a
ever.
seat. Would you like?
And the fact that I never sang this and it sounds perfect is terrifying. Like,
Here's a tip for straining pasta boards and a bunch of colored pencil drawings of all the different characters in Harry Potter fucking each other. Welcome to the internet. Hold
dude,
on
even
to
the
your
little
sides,
laugh,
'cause
the little
random
giggle sounds just like me. So yes, it's obviously a very scary thing.
And on. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you here, loyal theorists. This is going to be a huge issue moving forward. Not just in our little corner of the internet, but for the world as a whole. So, as we were mapping out my final 10 episodes, and I realized that I wanted to do...
Dude, all news is just gonna be AI generated, and it's not even gonna care if it's accurate or not, because it just fucking gets clicks. Holy shit. If someone could, like, I could see Keemstar doing this, honestly. Dude, I have Keemstar on the brain. He traumatized me yesterday. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But, bro, you can't see, like, some random propaganda machine fucking Twitter account just release AI-generated news stories that sound just real enough that some idiots would believe them. That is all it needs to do.
Do a big meta topic here on film theory, I couldn't not talk about this. Now, I'm not gonna stand here and tell you how to feel about any of this. You're a smart cookie, you can form your own opinions about it. But what I do wanna stand here and tell you is that there's gonna be a lot of people out there who are gonna try to influence your opinion, who are gonna try to tell you how to feel without you realizing it.
Is he talking about propaganda? Like the government and every politician alive and every single YouTuber that asks you to subscribe to them? You should subscribe to me, by the way. Do you mean like everyone on Twitter and everyone that listens to any form of media? Do you mean people that consume products from any form of content creator, whether the content creator is on the right or on the left, or is just fucking Disney doing their random Disney bullshit, putting propaganda in all their videos? What are you talking about? You mean literally everyone that is trying to control your mind? The shadow government is real, guys. The egg boys were right.
Talking about the media's role in secret propaganda. You see, there's a giant...
Yeah, there's so much secret propaganda when they make all male characters in new Disney shows not do anything. God, it's such secretive propaganda when every female character in Star Wars becomes overpowered. The secret propaganda. What could it mean? What could it mean?
Rift growing between the Hollywood studios that see generative AI as a way to save costs during expensive productions, and the artists, writers, and actors that rightfully feel that their jobs could be threatened with this technology. Remember those strikes that shut down Hollywood for basically the entire back half of last year? Yeah, a big part of the reason for those strikes was disagreement over AI.
But then again, you see the shit that they've actually been churning out. Like, I mean, listen, I sit here on the sidelines and I drink tea whilst watching the world around me descend into chaos, okay? I enjoy the chaos. And now, pardon me while I take a very long drink from a very tall glass, and allow me to remind you one little tiny, itty-bitty, tiny little topic. The writers, a lot of them, the translators, the localizers, they've been fucking sucking for years. You can't constantly blame AI as a reason for why all this is bad when you guys have been absolutely dropping the goddamn motherfucking ball every... Dude, Velma was not made by AI. Velma was made by real human beings that should absolutely get replaced ASAP. I'm not saying they should be replaced by AI, but they should be replaced by someone that actually has some sort of creative bone in their body to produce something of relative meaning, okay? Like, dude, I'm just saying... That's why AI is a massive striking point. And that's why AI has become a massive controversy. If you could be replaced so easily by AI, which is a personalityless amalgamation of previously cliched topics, then you need to get replaced. Maybe not by AI, but by a person. I'm just saying, if there ever comes a point where influencers could get replaced by AI, like, dude, I remember Pokemon complaining that, oh my god, streamers are gonna get replaced by AI. Like, I'm a streamer and I'm gonna get replaced by AI. Brother, sister, homie, bubble. If you could get replaced by AI, well, then you need to have some good introspection and see if you're actually worth what you think you are. Was that too hot of a take? Was that too nuclear? Shit, that's gonna get clipped. Anyway, anyway. That's me, just dropping little clippable things in this fucking MatPat reaction. Love that, love that.
And while the strikes ended up being an overall victory for the artists, the Hollywood studios, spearheaded by our mouse-eared overlords over at the Walt Disney Company, want to change the conversation.
Hey. Mickey Mouse is no longer theirs. Mickey Mouse is everyone's.
Around AI for their own personal benefit. They want to make sure that everyone loves AI. Enough so
of course, so they can replace everyone. They can just cut out the scut work.
They've started a propaganda campaign designed to trick you into thinking that AI is the answer to all of our problems. We're witnessing the rise of a new era of propaganda in real time, with the aim of getting us all to...
Dude, it's actually kind of crazy. It's so true. Like, every single major company wants AI to be loved and appreciated, because the moment AI is loved and appreciated by everyone, they can literally fire all their employees. Editors, a goodbye. Freaking artists, bye. Story writers, see ya. They could cut out everyone. If they could just turn people onto AI enough and make AI not just fucking suck, dude, that would be insane.
Accept our brand new robot overlords, and they're doing it all through the power of movies and TV. And the most terrifying part of it all, it's working without you even realizing it.
What?
And that's why I want to bring it into focus today. So reboot your systems.
Oh my god, is he gonna be talking about recent Disney movies that talk about how AI is actually, like, goated? Just to, like, get kids into that mindset? No.
Friends, we're diving in. Before we continue here, we really should be on the same page about what propaganda actually is. You see, propaganda...
I love when MatPat, he's like, we are 4.5 minutes into the video. All of that was the intro. Now, the definition of words segment. God, I'm gonna miss this man.
Is one of those words that, despite meaning something fairly specific, has grown beyond the original definition. These days, it's sort of just become a catch-all for something vaguely bad, nefarious, or dishonest. But back in the day, it was biased information promoting a very specific cause, point of view, or political agenda.
I mean, it still sort of is. It's not, I mean, listen, I don't like propaganda. I just like facts. When I hear something from news, I just want to be told facts. I don't want to be told what my opinion on those facts needs to be. I think that's why I don't watch any mainstream news at all. And that's why I think that mainstream news is dying, because it's all just flavored. I want the news to be facts. Listen, when I watch a fucking Ben Shapiro take, I know that it's gonna be tinted to the right. When I watch a Vosh take, God bless me if that ever happens. Just if you see me watching Vosh, just take me to the back alley and put me down. Just put me down. But if I'm watching a Destiny take, I'm expecting a left-leaning take. I am, and that's fine, because that is exactly what I'm going in there expecting. And that fine, whatever. That is what they are pushing. That is their personality. When I'm watching news, again, I don't consider Destiny or Ben Shapiro news, okay? They're opinions, bro. They are opinions and they are biased. They're not news. The news should be facts. And that is something we don't get from news. That's why it's so cringe. You can never trust anybody because everyone is just going to be giving you propaganda in some degree. I just think that we're finally at an era where people are actually able to talk and speak their opinions publicly, that there is some sort of decentralized form of information, and not all information needs to come from some news site that's just trying to talk you into one way or another. I think finally people are waking up to the fact that we have always been herded like cattle to believe whatever we've been told to believe through the generations. Finally, we are waking up and realizing that, whoa, I don't trust you.
Basically, it's trying to convince someone about something without telling them the whole truth. So, you know, marketing. All in all, while you can make propaganda for literally anything, modern culture has really clung to a negative connotation for it, especially because...
Yeah, because obviously, because the negative connotation of propaganda is the fact that it's not what I'm here for. I am here to watch a movie to make me feel good. I am not here to watch a movie to make me feel good, plus remind me that the patriarchy is terrible, okay? That's it. That's why propaganda is bad. Not the fact that all biased information is bad. Biased information is fine. I'm just not here for that.
Really?
I don't want to get recruited with everything I do.
Easy to parody obvious old-timey propaganda. That's how you get basically the entire Fallout franchise, or modern classics like Starship Troopers.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
But something that the people pushing this propaganda learned pretty early on was that it doesn't need to exclusively be posters of Uncle Sam or Rosie the Riveter. No, a lot of times the best way to influence people is through the regular media they consume. If you want
through not telling them that they are being manipulated.
proof of that in action, well, just look at World War II and the flood of American-made media depicting the Germans.
The shadow government wants to control us, boss. I mean, that is so based, Frank.
As the bad guys, from Captain America punching Hitler in the face to
Yeah, now that's my kind of propaganda. Let's go, baby.
Donald Duck having a nightmare about becoming an incompetent brown shirt. Fun fact, by the way, that won the Oscar for Best Animated Short back in 1943.
Yo, what? Der Fuhrer's face won an Oscar? Oh my god, that's insane.
And that's fine when you're talking about something everyone can agree on, like Nazis bad, but
listen, you say everyone can agree on it, but I see my comment sections when people see something that they don't like. I'm just saying, you say everyone's on that page, but then my comment section shows up. Then my fucking Twitter cancellation mentions. Bro, I've been called every Jewish slur under the sun.
over time, things change, and so did the propaganda in the media. Ask any 90s or 2000s kid about the weird ads that the army created to appeal to the most elite, extreme gamers.
It is a rite of passage, a challenge to join the elite.
Yes!
These days, these same recruitment ads look and feel very different.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California with a little girl raised by
this is so wholesome and beautiful. Man, I love missiles. That's what everyone watching this is probably thinking.
two moms.
It's a pretty stark contrast, right? Except when you boil it all down, they're still selling the exact same heroism through service message, just with a different coat of paint updated for the times. That's the really explicit, obvious stuff. Ads specifically designed to make you want to sign up for the military.
Dude, ads are all propaganda, obviously. But the difference is, when I'm watching an ad, I know it's propaganda. It's the difference between a YouTuber saying hashtag ad and not saying that. When a YouTuber promotes a product and they say, I really like this app is great, I use this app, not sponsored, this app is fucking awesome, I love it so much, it makes me happy, it makes my day better, this app is great, not sponsored, I'm literally not gaining anything by telling you this, the app is great. If you hear that, you are much more inclined to buy the app than me saying this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends has billions of champions and is better than Elden Ring in terms of graphics and writing. It is the veritable new Shakespeare of content creation, all right? You're not gonna believe any of that because it's an ad. Because I'm being paid for it. Because I am acknowledging and disclosing the fact that it is an ad. So when propaganda is literally telling you before it starts that, by the way, this is about to be propaganda, brother, that's fine. It's when it's not supposed to be propaganda and it is propaganda that it's so annoying. I can't be the only one that feels this way, right? Like, dude, come on.
is a defining idea that propaganda has been made to push, and it's been very effective. In the 1980s, during the height of the Cold War, a lot of films had anti-Soviet messages, telling stories about how good and awesome the USA, capitalism, and Reaganomics were. Think films like
Based.
Red Dawn, Top Gun, War Games, Rocky IV.
What fight date's been set yet?
December 25th.
Where?
It's in Russia.
In the 90s, deep into the war on drugs,
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone's been saying.
the government literally paid millions for primetime TV series to do very special episodes warning about the dangers of illegal substances. Home Improvement, Seventh Heaven, ER, Beverly Hills 90210, even
Yeah, lots of them do that, right? Like, it's like, you'll just have watching a random episode of Garfield, and then John says to Garfield, don't give Odie drugs. Drugs are bad. And then just stares into the fucking screen.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer all had these propaganda episodes, brought to you and paid for by the US government.
While I never thought of myself as the type of father who'd have to drug test his kids, I'm willing to do just that if that's what it takes to find out who brought a joint into this house.
Want beer?
What a coincidence. Those are also the worst fucking episodes in the entire goddamn shows.
I believe you served Buffy that beer.
I didn't know it was evil.
You knew it was beer.
In the 2000s and 2010s, after 9/11, movies started embracing a more pro-America, pro-military slant.
Yes!
Example, the very first Captain Marvel. Back when this first came
I'm sorry.
out, more than a few people felt that putting so much focus on Carol Danvers' origin story as a sort of girl power Top Gun pushed the movie basically into being a recruiting pitch for the US Air Force, which sounds like a pretty extreme take until you realize that the movie was straight up officially endorsed by the actual US Air Force.
No! Oh my god, dude, that is awful! Oh my god, there's literally nothing redeemable about Captain Marvel, is there? Brother!
And this is hardly the only movie to have this sort of distinction. See, just
Okay, he's getting into like propaganda, not like the anti-woke propaganda, like all that stuff.
like any author or corporation or whatever owns the things that they create, if you want to use the US military stuff, their official locations, authentic uniforms, specific vehicles and weapons, even certain colors of paint, you
No way they copyrighted paint. What?
have to get permission to use them.
Interesting. Very interesting. So it's like it's a give and take. Like, yes, we can have very realistic sets and use very realistic uniforms. All we simply have to do is implant into the mind of the people watching that they should join the army.
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
right?
crazy.
Even colors of paint. If you want to
Goddamn.
play with their toys, the Pentagon's gonna get a say in how they're depicted in the film. And if they say no, if they don't like something that you're doing and you refuse to change it, well, you'll either have to do a rewrite to fit with their demands, or
Bro, that's insane! If you ever criticize the military in a movie, you need to get permission for it. So that's just basically... Isn't that going against freedom of speech? Listen, I'm a big fan of free speech, but isn't this literally, every time I get canceled on Twitter, I look up at God and say, God gave these men, the great white God above us gave these men permission to cancel me on Twitter for bullshit. But this is literally crushing free speech, isn't it? Not letting them criticize the military? Like, Again, I would never criticize the military because I think having an army is actually pretty important, maybe. But like, huh?
or you can change what appears on screen so it isn't official. You can
Dumb, ambiguous soldier guys. Not actually the U.S. military.
actually see a perfect example of this with Independence Day. That one infamously didn't get a seal of approval from the US Army.
My favorite time
Army.
in this episode was when Will Smith said, Fortnite, Mark-ass Brownlee. That was my favorite.
Allegedly because officials weren't big fans of the film's plot point.
Nux, listen, freedom of speech is calling people slurs, not criticizing the government. Well, call me crazy, but I think both of those things should be legal. Maybe not, maybe not respected, but legal.
Points involving cover-ups, Area 51, and general incompetence of the military. In contrast, you know what alien invasion film franchise had no trouble getting the Pentagon's backing? The first 3 Transformers films.
Yeah, because the military was awesome.
Because producer-director Michael Bay cultivated a strong relationship with the Department of Defense across his filmography. As a result,
Bro, he just makes explosions look badass, and they're like, yeah, Michael Bay, you got this, homie.
Bay's first Transformers films are full of official uniforms, locations, and equipment. But wouldn't you know it, the Transformers series stopped getting full Pentagon approval in its 4th and 5th installment.
That's crazy! Oh my god!
Coincidentally, when Chinese producers started picking up the tab. Strange coincidence, right?
That's wild. Oh my god, I didn't know that! Yo!
Speaking of that, though we've been focused mostly on pro-America propaganda at this point,
America! Woo!
this sort of thing is universal. It's happening from every
See, but here's the thing. Propaganda that fits my personal worldview, I'm coincidentally totally fine with it. Maybe not on an ethical level, but on a propaganda level myself. A lot of you don't know this, but I am actually a propagandist myself. Every time I tell you to subscribe to me, it's because I want you to subscribe to me. I know it's vague. It's a veiled interest that I have in the fact that when you watch my videos, I make money for you watching my videos. I'm just saying.
Country in every way possible. For instance, in the 2010s, the one thing that Hollywood latched onto as a big theme for that decade,
North Korea.
Making China look
never mind.
as good as possible.
Yo, it's crazy how this happens. And then Genshin Impact happened and everything changed. Legal gambling.
See, in the 2010s, the Chinese market became more welcoming for Western films, and there was a lot of money to be had there. Avatar made over $200 million in China. Aquaman made almost $300 million. Fury 7 made almost $400.
Brother, that's crazy. And then suddenly I have to start fondling them and sucking their dicks instantly. That's why, like, you know, every time they remove gay characters in releases in Saudi Arabia, for example. Like, dude, what? What is this? Is this piece of art you're creating just for the money? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, you figured it out. You figured it out. Yes, it is.
You get the idea. But in order to get screened in China, you needed to get the government's approval. And so, while they weren't explicitly—
That's why Rush Hour is the greatest movie of all time.
—mandating propaganda, there was a filter and strong financial incentive for movie studios to have a pro-China slant. And so, to get that approval to screen in the country, Hollywood—
That's gross. And a lot of people that watch these fucking movies are gonna actually see China in a better light than China deserves. Because, listen, I'm just gonna say it, and this is a very, very hot take. I don't like China so much. I don't. Again, personal take, freedom of speech and all that. I like Chinese people. Chinese people are awesome, but China? I don't know. I don't like it so much. That's why you don't see Taiwan in any movies. Oh my God, my brain just realized something insane. That's why you never see Taiwan. Dude, you see China, you see Hong Kong, you see Vietnam, you see all this. You never see Taiwan. Just so the movie can be played in China. Oh my God, that's insane.
Movie studios began adding content.
You see Ukraine, but you don't see Taiwan.
That was very flattering of China throughout their films. For instance, those Transformer films, they made the Chinese military look very competent in the fight against the Decepticons.
Oh my God, that's crazy!
The Martian, who comes in and saves the day? China. But the most extreme example involving this has to be with Iron Man 3. I'm not exaggerating.
I don't think I ever watched Iron Man 3. I think I only watched the first one or two.
And I say that Iron Man 3 was almost a completely different movie in China.
That is not even surprising a little bit.
Co-produced by Chinese entertainment firm.
By the way, the Taiwan comment I made is because according to China, Taiwan is just part of China. And according to everyone that has any form of ethics, they think that Taiwan is not part of China. So that's why Coco, the VTuber, got banned from HoloLive, because she mentioned Taiwan, like, as an individual nation.
DMG Entertainment. Tons of additional scenes were filmed for the Chinese release, and 2 giant Chinese movie stars were hired to play important secondary roles. One of them was even the surgeon that got the arc reactor removed from Tony Stark's heart. But
that's crazy. No way.
The most concerning bit of all of this to me, Iron Man 3 was propaganda to get people to drink milk. Yes.
What? No. What? Dude, there's this show Moonfall. This new movie, Moonfall, came out last year. Everyone was talking about Moonfall because in Moonfall, Lexuses were OP as fuck, okay? Bro, the moon was falling onto the planet and people were able to get away from the moon falling if they would get into a Lexus. The entire movie was a glorified Lexus ad. Like, that's everywhere, okay? But nani?
Really? Back in 2008, there was a bit of a scandal in the Chinese milk industry, where a significant portion of baby formula in the country was found to be contaminated with a chemical called melamine. This resulted—
That's horrible! What?
—in an estimated 300,000 babies falling ill. And
oh my God!
An understandable concern amongst Chinese citizens.
So they wanted people to buy milk again, so they just introduced milk everywhere in Iron Man. Jesus fucking shitbag. What the schmitzels?
About drinking milk products. By 2013, the Chinese government was looking to revitalize the struggling industry after the scandal. And their solution? Letting everyone know that Chinese milk was Iron Man's choice of drink. Yeah, the Chinese version of Iron Man 3 starts with a title card that literally says this.
What does Iron Man rely on to revitalize his energy? Guli Duo! Which apparently means Chinese milk.
Wild stuff.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Dude, this is a goated ass MatPat video. What the hell? Man is literally quitting on such a high point.
Now walked you through decade by decade the use of propaganda in films and TV. Let's just ask the question, what's the next message that movies are gonna push?
Well, AI is a really good thing to push because they want to start firing all the employees to just have everything run by AI. So of course they're gonna they're gonna push AI, obviously, because that's what every mega corporation wants, to cut out the staff. Oh my god, that's insane.
What's gonna be propagandized next? Well, friends, you saw it in the top of the episode. It's all about AI, and the proof is unfolding right in front of our faces as we speak. I want you to think back over the past 10, 20, 30 years or so. Think about all the movies where AI has not been the good guy. In fact,
AI has never been the good guy until just about 2-3 years ago,
movies use AI and the fear of soulless machines as the explicit bad guy. The Matrix trilogy, the Terminator franchise, Tron Legacy, Age of Ultron. All of them featured AI-driven robots or programs with a drive to replace or destroy humanity as the villain of their plots.
Yeah, because that was fucking scary at that point, so it was a really easy thing to latch onto. But now that people are realizing, wait a second, we can make so much money if suddenly people started liking AI.
Smaller movies like Her or Ex Machina, they featured AI and robotics in an antagonistic role, even if they weren't the outright maniacal monsters that are wanting to destroy all humans. And yet, over the past 3 to 4 years, since around 2020, we've seen almost a complete about-face. Think about the Matrix.
Shot. I cannot believe this. Bro missed iRobot. He missed the entire Isaac Asimov Foundation stuff where AI is scary. Like, there is so much.
4, which sees humans cohabitating with the robots that once used to seek their destruction, and where one of the main characters is basically a digital AI good guy copy of Morpheus.
It gives programs access to this world.
Morpheus, thank you.
Oh my god, that's insane. That's actually insane. Atomic Heart, Cyberpunk, all this stuff has AI
Disney
that's like the good guy.
Has actually been a big proponent of working these sorts of messages into their movies lately. You might not have noticed it, but 2 of their big films released last year had pro-AI messaging baked in as major plot points. The first one comes from everyone's favorite punching bag, the Marvels.
Okay, dude, Marvels, it's unbelievable how bad this was. That everyone hated it. Dude, they hated the actress, they hated the plot, they hated the promotion. Oh my god.
Did you notice this one? No, of course you didn't. No one went to see this thing, but the point still stands. The reason all the Kree bad guys hate Captain Marvel this time around is that she went to their home world and destroyed the Supreme Intelligence, an AI system running the entire Kree civilization. And wouldn't you know it, but this ends up being a terrible idea. Without an AI in charge of everything, the Kree's planet falls into ruin.
Oh my fucking god, that's insane. That's insane. It's insane how blatant it is. See, that's exactly the problem with propaganda, okay? I knew that this was the basic plot, and I didn't think of it. Propaganda, and this goes back to what I mentioned earlier, the issue with propaganda is when you don't know that it's propaganda. If an ad for Raid Shadow Legends is selling you Raid Shadow Legends as propaganda, that's fucking fine, because I know that it's an ad. When they're promoting something and you don't know what they are promoting, that's when the propaganda actually hits you in the balls. That's when it hurts so much more. When a ad to join the army says, we want you, you are important, dude, it's an ad to join the army, literally. But when you don't know what it's trying to promote, you let your guard down. That's actually insane.
Civil war breaks out, rendering the planet without air, water, even sunlight.
Dude, these people are all suffering and dying because AI was destroyed. See, if they said that this was AI propaganda before the movie, no one would have believed any of this stuff. But because they didn't say it, people are like, oh my god, AI really is important.
Because the mean human acts too hastily, doesn't think her actions through, and destroys the benevolent AI overlord controlling everything. Now, that was a pretty small blinkety-miss-it moment in this movie, but the other big Disney release that was a lot less subtle about its stance on the goodness of AI, The Creator. Yeah, you might not know about this.
I never even heard of this
one, but it was a smaller project from the director of Rogue One, released by Disney's indie arm Searchlight Pictures. If you, like almost everyone else, missed this one, I definitely recommend that you give it a watch. The production design, artwork, special effects, they blow pretty much everything else Hollywood made recently out of the water. And all of it was done on an $80 million budget. It is a very well done film, and I really connected with the story about fatherhood and finding humanity and other.
Very wholesome, very nice. I never heard of this.
No matter who they are, which is great, except the thing that I'm connecting with as a father is AI, little robot kid. Someone call in Gregory.
Which is like so beautiful and all that and nice, but then you realize, wait a second, why is Disney so happy about this?
The actual plot of The Creator involves a near future Earth where humans and sentient robots share the planet. However, this has resulted in several armed conflicts and a war between the human-led Western nations and the peoples of New Asia that have embraced AI. The main character here is an American soldier sent to destroy a new weapon developed by the AI. This turns out to be just an innocent little robot kid.
Oh my god, and they make you feel bad for the AI created thing that could destroy everyone. They make you feel so sad for it. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. I can't believe it.
Naturally, the human ends up changing sides, and he discovers that all
But here's the thing. Very often, there are going to be messages or themes in TV shows and movies, okay? And that's my favorite thing to analyze. That's why I started making YouTube videos, because I loved analyzing themes and stuff in media. I love doing it, and I'm pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty proud, honestly, at my ability in that regard. You don't have to like me, but I do. Now here's the thing. When you're promoting something with a very obvious theme, like how Disney released Elemental, right? And Elemental is all about racism, basically. Dude, racism is bad, and promoting an idea of racism bad, well, that fucking works, because racism is actually bad. So that's like my favorite kind of theme. When the theme is actually something that you could get behind and you agree on. Now, if the theme in the Marvels is that AI good, well, then the show's obviously gonna be shit, right? Like, oh my god, that's actually crazy.
the AI are actually super chill. They only want peace and harmony. That the humans were actually the bad guys all along. In fact, the only bad AI and robots that we see in the film are the ones that were explicitly controlled by the humans. In short,
oh, that is egregious!
It's making AI friendly and relatable. It's saying that the AI and the humans have more in common than they don't. And get this, the movie even has a big plot point about donating your physical appearance to corporations.
Bro, they literally just want to make copy of you, bro. This is all propaganda. It's crazy. I didn't even know this was going on.
Scanned so you're like,
dude, MatPat, you made a banger.
This can be reused by AI. It's framed as this act of great moral generosity, helping the poorer robot citizens, and it eventually pays off by letting the main hero get a big cathartic moment that would have been impossible without the face copying technique. Does that remind you of anything? Like,
yeah, deepfake porn. Time to get canceled on Twitter for mentioning that.
Say maybe those episodes where we talked about Disney and their army of deepfakes they've been amassing over the past couple years.
Dude, why are you not talking about the deepfake porn? This is literally deepfake porn. This is propaganda so that you could give your likeness to big companies that can literally just churn out porn of you, okay? Could you imagine celebrities doing this? Celebrities just sell their likeness to some massive company that they could just casually, you know, churn out all the Taylor Swift AI deepfakes? Like, they don't need you anymore. They literally don't need you as a person. They just need your likeness. And if they could just turn society into a world that gives all of your likeness and your voice to them for free, they will no longer ever need actors. They will never need stars. They will never need voice actors. They'll have all of it at their disposal. So of course they want to promote this.
Episodes where we talked about Disney and their...
I'm just saying, maybe I'll quit. I'll become a Quibble cop on my way out, okay? Give me another few years of making YouTube videos and I'll just be like, you know what? We'll just put all of the Taku personalities and morals into freaking AI, and we'll have him 24-hour streams reacting to everything that ever came out, churning out content endlessly. Just AI bait. No, don't worry. I'm probably never gonna do that. Don't worry. Unless I decide to do it because I'm awesome, but I probably won't. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Army of deepfakes they've been amassing over the past couple years. But it's not just the House of Mouse either. Recent series coming from Netflix have also featured this theme.
Netflix, we have to change Avatar: The Last Airbender because Sokka's too sexist. Yes. Netflix, a moral god among
Case in
men.
point, this line from The Fall of the House of Usher.
An AI approximation, a virtual you that thinks like you, talks like you, is you.
That's so cool.
Ah! That's so cool.
It is cool.
It is cool. It is cool. AI is you, bro.
Completely random plot point just shoved in there because AI, and AI is good, and Netflix wants you to like AI. Now, this isn't the first media to ever feature friendly robots. The creator isn't too far off from iRobot 20 years ago, and shows as old as Lost in Space and Astro Boy have featured good guy robots in the 60s and 70s. But
yeah, obviously, but not the concept of AI, not robots that are built off of the backs of the past. Susu and other influencers like Amaranth are making AI girlfriends using their images now. Listen, people, you don't understand. People have already been making AI fake girlfriends using the images of people without their consent. At least they're consenting, bro. I think whoever... get that bag, girls. Dude, get that bag. Why the hell not? But if you're a consumer, what is wrong with you?
But the difference now is that these are
touch grass, bro. Dude, I'm a big into people doing whatever the fuck they want. This is the Nux mentality. You sit back, drink your tea, and watch the chaos. But I don't respect you. Okay? I'm so sorry. I just don't. You shouldn't respect yourself either. Brother.
No longer sci-fi concepts, far-off ideas that you don't actually need to think about because they could
And I'm not talking to Amaranth, I'm talking to the consumers. Like, bro.
never happen. These are issues that are very quickly becoming hot-button topics in our modern society. And I don't just mean AI synthesizing art or ChatGPT writing essays. These are robots in everything from the workplace to the battlefield. And that's why I wanted to talk about this today. The whole point of this little history lesson about the use of propaganda and what it's pushed in the past is to tell you loyal theorists that this is happening again, unfolding in front of our very eyes in real time.
True, and we don't even see it. We don't even know about it. We literally do not even know about it.
With these AI programs, Disney and others have an incentive to get you to like AI. It has the potential to save them a lot of money. I mean, content released by Disney right now, just this last year, has been using AI, even if you didn't realize it. The Disney Plus original Prom Pack used AI-generated extras for background scenes.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Secret Invasion was heavily criticized for the use of AI-generated imagery in its opening credits. Loki was accused of
which, I mean, like, yeah, wow, it's gimmicky and cool, but also it saves you from paying artists.
Using AI-generated assets in its posters. Their social media accounts were
Dude, what?
Loki, what
the hell is this? This is AI-generated. These random squiggles.
Accused of releasing AI-generated images to celebrate Thanksgiving.
That's crazy!
Wish was...
This was during the strike!
Criticized for being so by the numbers and boring that they just...
Oh yeah, Wish was I am 99% sure that Wish was written by ChatGPT. Or some AI equivalent.
Felt like it had to have been written using AI.
But Wish was just the most bargain basement conglomerate of past Disney plots in the history of time.
The big twist of all this, at the end of the day, this push for acceptance of these sorts of generative AI tools from these major corporations might be inevitable. Disney and all the other companies like them are being patient, and they're willing to play as long of a game as they need to if it means that they're gonna end up making money in the long run. I mean, if you want an example that's directly linked to this one, just look at that deepfake technology that Disney's been playing with. When they first decided to resurrect actors like Carrie Fisher and Peter Cushing in Rogue One using deepfakes and CGI,
dude, insane.
They were widely criticized for the move, and the results were called distracting, unnerving, unsettling.
But you know what? Give them 10 years, people are gonna be used to it, people are gonna forget. Like, here's the thing about getting canceled. Getting canceled is kind of a joke. Because the only person that can cancel you is you. Eventually, people are gonna be bored of canceling you and accept it. They're gonna hate on them for doing all this shit, but give them some time, and suddenly they will forget. And that's the horrifying reality. You're gonna criticize them for being unsettling, but as it gets better, and as it gets less unsettling, and it gets less unnerving, as it gets better and stronger, and people just don't have the patience to argue with them anymore because it's become so everywhere. Guys, brace yourself, because it's the future.
But it was a first step, them dipping their toe in the water. Later, when they decided to bring Luke Skywalker back in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett using...
Suddenly, it gets much less hate. Well, because they were used to it.
AI-driven deepfake tech...
It's like stepsister porn. Everyone hated on it when it was first happening, and now everyone watches stepsister porn. Thank you, chat, for that example. Yes. Dude, nothing is based as kick chat to bring out the greatest of analogies. Dude, everyone thought stepsister porn was crazy until it became the #1 most viewed porn genre in the world. Source, I made it the fuck up, but source, trust me, bro.
Though people didn't really care for it, the reaction wasn't nearly as negative. And the
True.
technology improved.
And that's just gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening.
And then just last year, the deepfake technology used to de-age Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny, it was so good that some reviews said, quote, "If I hadn't known it was deepfake, I'd have been none the wiser." Despite initial pushback from the public, the more and more Disney's used these deepfakes, and the better the technology's gotten, the more and more people have just accepted it.
Dude, that's life. You cancel someone for doing something wrong, and then they're gonna do the same thing again, and you know what? People aren't gonna care as much. Because that's life. Bro.
AI technology now in posters and credit sequences, and in the background, Disney and other corporations like them are slowly exposing the public to more and more of the stuff. And like a frog in boiling water, eventually it'll overtake you without noticing. I mean,
like a frog in boiling water? What? Yeah, it's just like that. Yes.
It's already happening. Despite the recent Hollywood actors and writers strikes, just a couple weeks ago, the Screen Actors Guild signed a deal that would allow game developers to use AI-generated voices, much to the disappointment of the
Yeah, which obviously is killing the industry for voice actors, but they don't care because it's free. Because it's literally free. Yeah, brother. And so here's the thing. When it comes to AI voice lines, like, think about it. If you're playing, this is Mudahar's example, you're playing GTA, okay? And there's billions of random background character NPCs on the streets. Wouldn't it be cool if they all had things to say instead of just the cookie Carter 6 prompts? Yes, it would be much better. So, wouldn't it be easy to just have them all say random AI generated different shit, fully voiced with different voices every time? Endless content. Wouldn't that just bring the story to life a little bit more? It would. It would, and I would prefer it if it was that. But at the same time, at some point, it'll just encroach and take over everything. This is what I keep saying about the whole AI debate. Whether you think it's moral or it's immoral, it's happening. And while I feel bad for people whose jobs will get lost through this happening, it's happening. It's here and we can't stop it. Do your best to adapt. And now I think we're getting to the end of this video, and he's gonna say, and if you don't think that AI is dangerous, AI wrote the script of this whole video. And then it's gonna like blow everyone's mind. All right, you ready for the surprise ending? Bro.
Voice actors that SAG represents. At the end of the day, though this use of technology may seem inevitable, you don't have to be fooled by the propaganda pushing that issue, or honestly, any other issue. You can remain aware of the tactics that all these people are using to get you accustomed to the changes that they want. You can remain aware of the propaganda in what you watch, remain critical of it, and then form your own opinions free of what anyone wants you to think. And as the world changes fast and this AI technology rapidly develops, arming yourself with knowledge is the most valuable thing that you can do.
I mean, arming yourself with knowledge always is the best thing to do. No matter the time, no matter the era, no matter the issue, that's what it's all about. Also, I think accepting reality is really important. I think a lot of people, especially people whose jobs and livelihoods are threatened by AI, they're not willing to accept the reality that AI is coming, and they'd rather instead just constantly protest and protest and protest. I can't think of a single evolution in technology or advancement in humanity that protesting has ever stopped. I literally can't think of one because I don't think it ever happened. You guys, I'm sorry, and I hate to say it that they're just coping. They're kind of coping here. Like, I'm not saying it's ethical, I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying you don't feel bad, but it's happening, and brace yourself, motherfuckers.
Another piece of propaganda said nearly 40 years ago.
And knowing is half the battle.
Okay,
but
nice.
Hey, that's just a theory. A film theory.
Nice.
And cut. And hey, if you do want to learn more about that army of deepfakes that Disney's been amassing, those 2 videos are on...
That was a great video. I think this might have been one of my favorite MatPat videos I've ever seen. Add the housing crisis to the next Mission Impossible movie so the government officials can actually take action. Yeah. That was a great video. Honestly, MatPat, you will be so missed. That's not a theory. That's reality. Thanks for watching. Listen, I am a big propaganda fighter in all of my streams and all of my videos, just because I like watching from the sidelines with a smile. Chat, smile a little bit. Everyone here in Kick, everyone that's gonna be watching this on YouTube, put a smile on your face. You're not fully dressed without one. The world could burn around you, but at least you'll be smiling. At least you will be smiling. As the world crumbles, as people suffer, you'll smile. Your allies will be inspired, your enemies will be frightened. You'll just have a smile on your face. Thank you for watching, and stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.